Welcome. I'm T.O. and this is the Living Workshop. It's another week. This is Monday, so didn't do anything yesterday really at all. Yesterday was kind of like a relaxing day, which is probably smart. It was a bit tiring. I went on and did like my friend set up a sauna, and it's like a men's group. I don't know. It's the first time I've ever gone to any one of those things, so I wasn't really sure what to expect. But it was really nice. It was nice. Just a bunch of guys. We ended up going. He built this really, really sweet sauna. Really, really nice carpentry work. A lot of time, a lot of care, a lot of effort went into it. So it was really cool seeing that and being in it. So yeah, so that was cool. But I was in there for a while, so definitely a lot of sweating, and then my body needed to recover Sunday, I noticed. So I let myself do that and didn't try to do a million different things. But I did, luckily, because last week me purchased a new label maker. So really exciting, at least for me. Because now I have labels. You can see there's a QR code on there. And so I have an app that some mushroom guy created called MycoFile. And it pretty much organizes your whole grow. So I played around with it a little bit for the free version and really liked it. And so now I'm going and I'm gonna do the entire setup through that. So that will be cool. But I needed a label maker that works with that app. So it showed up. So now I have all these, so it'll set up and organize everything for me. I just have to print them out. It'll end up looking something like this. So what did we do last week? A lot of stuff that we did last week. Did some good carpentry stuff. We did some good rye berry prep and some other things. So just to recap, we made more of these tops. We had all these pieces finally come in, and so I made up a bunch of these. We talked about that Friday, maybe. Okay. So we have a bunch of these. So how's that moving forward? I'm going to make more liquid culture, and I'm going to make, this one will be for lion's mane, so we can start growing a bunch of lion's mane mycelium, so we can have that mycelium part that won't have any grain in it. It'll just be the mycelium, and then we'll mix it with the fruiting bodies, and then that will be our make our tinctures and capsules out of that. So there won't be any grain in there, which everybody isn't a fan of. So that'll be cool. That's a cool little experiment that we're doing. So we did that. We also made a bunch more grain jars. We made these tops. We also made up these tops, and I also made up these tops, which we'll be switching to permanently, but for now I already had these, so we made up a bunch of those. We made up a bunch of rye berry, so maybe one at some point I'll show you what they look like when they're not hydrated and then when they are hydrated. But so yeah, so we've got this, and then this has a little sticker on there so you can see what ideally it would look like. I want that QR code to be bigger, but for whatever reason, the way they have it, you have to use their organization, like layout. This I made, so it's going to be that size. As long as I can scan that, I'm cool with it. I'll probably get smaller labels though. But so yes, yeah. So we did that. This is what it looks like when they first come out. You put a piece of aluminum foil over it so that when the moisture is decompressing, there'll be moisture that's in there that's not sterilized, so everything's condensing down. And you don't want that water to seep onto these filter patches and then seep through and then enter into this sterilized medium. So this covers it up. It'd be nice to get, I would like to get covers that are reusable as opposed to using the single-use aluminum foil. but for now, that's what we got. So that's a bunch of cool stuff. So we also took our master grain jars, and since they're fully colonized like this probably still needs a couple more days. I'll probably break it up. And we split them out. So we split them into these bigger bags. So I have a bunch more of them down there. They're coming along really well. These were only done on, these were 4.3, so it's 4.7 now. It's about 5 days ago, so that's pretty good. It'll be really nice once I input all the stuff into that MycoFiles, because then I'll be able to track everything easily and be able to see like, oh, okay, this takes this many days to colonize, and these things take this much time, and this takes more time, and this takes less time, and I can just get I'm a very intuitive person, so I kind of just go based on like feel, and I have like an idea in my head, and that usually triggers me when I have a feeling that something's ready. It's probably best to have some digital hard data as well. So okay, so that's how last week went. So we had a good week. We did our first full week of doing this, and we got a lot of stuff squared away with in terms of, oh shoot, I'm already at 6 minutes, of getting the flow to making this video and getting it going better. So the flow is now there. It's just, it still takes way too long to upload these videos from, this is my cell phone. So to upload it from this phone to either to YouTube or to the G drive to then upload that to YouTube. It's taken like hours to upload what is like a 10 to 15 minute video. That doesn't make any sense to me. And that's kind of hindering me, because if I want, like, ideally I would like to just do it right on this phone. But if it takes 2 or 3 hours to do the phone, I use my phone for listening to music when I'm doing work and all sorts of other stuff, so I can't really just like let it sit by the Wi-Fi. So I was thinking I would and then it seems like it takes longer, so why wouldn't I just upload it to the computer and then let my computer do it? And hopefully I think that would be faster. It's still taking a really long time, so that's unfortunate. So that's something that I gotta figure out and work on this week. Because if I can get that to be smooth sailing, then it's like, do the writing, make this video, press a couple things to get it to upload, and then I'm just moving and I'm going, and then I can fill in and write in the descriptions right afterwards, you know, if it was quick enough. So that's a little bit of technical difficulties, but it's getting better, so. Also in the computer world, I got the new router set up, and I got my Home Assistant reset up as well. So my Home Assistant, Nabu, is back up. So I can say like, hey Nabu, turn on the flow hood, and it'll turn on the flow hood that's down in the basement for me, which is pretty cool. I can tell it to turn on the lights, turn off the lights. I also have it set up for my microgreens station. So that's on a timer, so that the light just turns on at 7 in the morning and turns off at 10. There's also a fan above there that I can turn on and turn off. It's not on a schedule, but I can turn it on and turn it off. And then I can just tell Nabu to turn the lights on or turn them off. So it's pretty cool, and it's all locally hosted, so I don't have to worry that Google's listening to me or Amazon's listening to me all the time and then gonna sell me a bunch of stuff. So building that out is kind of cool, I think. If we could have a locally hosted smart house that, you know, you don't have to worry that people are listening to, that corporations are listening to you and stealing your data or something like that, and you just know that it's just like your phone. I don't know. So, working on that, because that would be cool, because that would help with a lot of organizational stuff, and I feel like that would make a lot of stuff easier as well. And it's nice to have data and information like that, so yeah, so I worked on that, so all that computer stuff Got done carpentry stuff. I made good progress on that table that I've been working on. It was a little bit of rough going at first, just based on the plans that I was reading and everything like that, but got it together. So now I just need to get wood putty to fill some little bits and then paint. So I gotta go to Home Depot and grab that stuff, or I wish there was a local hardware store around me that wasn't Home Depot. This is the world we live in. So anyways, so I'll buy that stuff, and then I gotta put on the hinges and put on all that stuff and test fit all that hardware. Then take that off, then paint everything, and then I still gotta make like the tabletop and do that, and then hang it. So I mean, ideally I could get it. Ideally, I'd have it done by the end of the week. We'll see. We'll see what the weather's like, because I can only kind of work outside when it's nice out. Because my shop down in the basement doesn't have enough airflow to really be able to like do woodworking stuff down there and not feel like I'm inhaling a bunch of gross stuff. Oh geez, we're at 11 minutes. Okay, all right. Yeah, so didn't do any bowls last week, so I'll have to do them this week, but that's okay. All right, so we did make really good progress. We did this every day, which was great, and we uploaded the photos every day, and I also uploaded them all to the Patreon, which I still haven't shown anybody. I'm still not showing this to really anybody besides my lovely, lovely, lovely partner, Jen, who watches it and at least gives me one view. Thank you, Jen. Yeah, so we also didn't test the welder. That's something that I wanted to do, so yeah. So pretty much what we do is I just look at what I did last week and what I put on my catch-all, and then I'll move that to this week's catch-all as well, and then I'll write down any other things that I need to do, and then I'll kind of just start checking them off and just moving along through the week. So catch-all for this week, write every morning again, same thing. We're still sticking with that. That's been going well for a while now. So morning meeting, that's this jazz. I have to finish the kitchen table, just talk to you about that. That's carpentry stuff. 2 bowls turns, didn't do 2 last week, so it's back on this list for this week. The mushroom consult that was supposed to happen last Wednesday got rescheduled to this week, so I've got that, so that's exciting. The Myco file, like I was talking about, I need to get everything documented into that thing and then labeled, so that's like a inside day project, but that's going to be fun once it's set up. It's going to be annoying at first, but like anything. The VPN setup, I still haven't got the VPN set up to the router, so I'm still just running the VPNs on like the individual computer and phone and things like that, so I want to get that squared away with and set up. Gym, I should need to go back to the gym to take care of my body. I need to drink more water. I need to do some yoga. Stretching. Back is an issue, but it's always been like that, so it's not that bad. I need to do some website work, and the Patreon, I'd like to keep getting those videos up there, but I also want to get some of my photos of some various stuff and some progress stuff. I think it would be nice if I had photos of like the very early parts of this, so that people can look and see like, oh wow, he started doing this and now we're already here, to show progress, and then just some cool photos so that people can see that, and then probably some written stuff that I just have written up. Sometimes I'm long-winded like this. When I communicate via writing, it comes through differently than this, so sometimes it's easier to, sometimes I sound better writing. It's a little bit more, I don't know, whatever. Maybe that happens with everybody when they write. Okay, so that's just some physical stuff that I need to do and some website stuff. I also found this Gneural app. It's an open source program. So one of my ideas to try and bring in some money, I guess, is that if I can do this channel and then I can get people to, I need like 1,000 hours of watched videos and like 1,000 people to subscribe, I guess, which right now sounds absolutely ridiculous, but most things sound absolutely ridiculous when you first start them, so don't even worry about that and just start chugging through. So one of the ideas, these things are like 10, 15 minutes, but I listen to like alpha waves when I try to focus. So like when I'm writing, it's just like a binaural beat. It's like two different tones, and the difference in the two tones, your brain finds that difference and makes up the difference, so you can kind of put yourself into a brainwave state that you might not be able to get to without that sort of like assistance. So I think it helps. And I end up listening to them on other people's YouTube. So I was like, what if I just made my own, and then at least I could listen to that one, and then maybe if you guys wanted to listen to it, if you thought it was helpful, maybe you could. Also making a 2-hour kind of like video of me just turning a bowl on the wood lathe and stuff like that, and then I could just be like, you guys, if you wanted to help me out, but you don't have any money or whatever, or just like that's the only way you can help me out. It's free. So, which is valid. Is like you could just watch that video for 2 hours. You just leave it on in the background or something like that, and watch it, and that'll get me 2 hours towards that 1,000, and that's helpful. So, so that could be a cool, easy way for people to help out. And then just like I just think those things the binaural beats are actually just legitimately helpful. I find. I do like that. I do like the theta ones. I have a Schumann resonance, which is the resonance that the Earth essentially vibrates at, which is kind of cool. So it's kind of calming if you're doing like meditation or just trying to kind of chill out or ground in. Okay. So I gotta go to Home Depot for the wood putty, the paint. This is gonna be like a 20-minute one. Okay, 20-minute Monday meeting. Okay, all right, I'm for it. I gotta get the wood putty, paint. There's banding that has to go around the edge of the table because it's like not particle board. It's like laminated, so on the edges. So I need to get that. I need to make more liquid culture, and I need to pressure cook that liquid culture in these things. I need to and I need to inoculate the lion's mane in that one specifically. So that's a baked mushroom project that needs to get done this week. I gotta soak more grains because I'm always gonna need more grains. So, but I got the nice sweet new pot that my lovely partner Jen got for me. So it'll be so it's a lot easier. I can fit more in there. That's great. Little tiny improvements over and over and over and over again. It's gonna get me there. And consistency, compound interest, all that fun stuff. The Rishi Alchemist Kit, we need to make kind of like a mock-up of that. So I'm going to try and see if I can either get Jen or see if I can find somebody else, possibly if she's busy, to kind of just like make me a label that kind of like looks cool that we could use as a potential little like mock-up. And then kind of move that forward, so then that way we would have something that I could essentially sell, or like if you wanted to be like, oh, I like what you're doing, but you got to give me something that I can buy so that I can help you. I'm not just gonna give you money for nothing. Makes sense. I get it. That's how I think. So that's probably why I'm saying it. So anyway, so if I give so we get that now. Now there's something, and it's also a really cool idea. I mean, like you could learn how to make your own double extraction tinctures, which is a pretty cool process to know. And you get to grow your own reishi. It's like super hard. It's pretty much impossible to kill the things when they're in this bag. And if by some chance something does happen in it, it was probably on my end. It was probably that there was some sort of contamination in there, because you're not even going to open the bag. So there's nothing you can do to mess the thing up, really. So it's pretty sweet. It's a good win. It's a good, easy win. Okay, creatine research. Yeah, I had an idea where I was gonna maybe try and make like like a powder or like a capsule that had maybe mixed in the lion's mane with a small amount of creatine, because it seems like creatine also has cognitive beneficial effects. My intuition tells me it's probably just because people are just constantly dehydrated, so it helps get more water inside of your noggin, so that might aid in various ways. But I that's just my intuition. So I need to do some more research on that to see whether or not that would be a cool thing to do. So that moves that along, and that's another thing that you can buy. I gotta think of a different word besides products, because for whatever reason I have such an issue with saying products. The compost pile. Now everything's kind of melted. I need to remake the fence to contain it. I'm gonna do some leash training with my boy Owsley. He's getting a little bit older, and he's a boy, so he likes pushing boundaries and things like that, which is all natural and fine. But it's time to institute a little bit of leash training so that we can kind of get on the same page. Give him some structure. Give me some structure. Well, not really giving me structure, but giving me structure with him, I guess, would be the thing. Videos. I gotta make another one of the Rishi Bonsai Bowl spiels, and then a Living Workshop spiel. Do the same thing again. The last ones didn't make it up, so I'm gonna do them again. I'm just gonna keep doing those, and eventually I'll get to the point where I'm either just gonna get fed up with it, and I'm just gonna post this thing even if it's not perfect, because I'm tired of continuously redoing it, or it comes out perfect and then I just send it, but nothing's perfect, so it'll be closer. More of those point of view shots, videos, excuse me. So this is the cheapy thing that I purchased that I do the point of view one with. So this thing goes on like this, and then, oh yeah, the camera's right there. But yeah, so the camera would stick onto this thing, and then it kind of just like sits like that. And then I'm just doing this. It's kind of weird though, because it's like right there, so it's kind of hard to see what I'm actually doing and then I'm looking at that. It's like the same thing as like when you're like trying to take a photo of something, and then like try to take photo of something in nature, and then you're actually looking at the photo and you're not looking at the actual real life nature. It's kind of like that. So, but maybe I'll get used to it. Maybe I'll find something better. Ideally, it'd be like a cool little tiny like camera thing that I could just kind of go about, and it wouldn't be as off of my business. But this is the cheapest thing I could find, and this will get me enough so that I can have information, so I can figure out what actually will work and what won't work, and how I can improve it. If I don't do that, I don't know, and I'm just up in Imagine World, which is great. I love Imagine World. It's just you got to bring stuff from Imagine World down here, and then test it, and then improve it. So, yeah. So I did that. The microgreens, make another microgreens video. I did one with the point of view. I didn't like it, and then I rewatched it after a little distance, and I was like, it's not that bad. Who cares? Then made another one of the progress, and I'll probably make another one when they're kind of finished growing, and then probably just post those ones. My idea is, oh geez, I'm already at 22 minutes. Okay, all right, we gotta finish this up. Microgreens, yeah. So, okay, so what am I planning on doing today? Today, I've already done the morning meeting. It's a bit longer than normal, but this is a Monday, so I did the writing. I'm going to probably work on that kitchen table stuff, which if I want to do that, I gotta go to Home Depot. So, see, this is it. This is what you're here for. You're here for this. No, honestly, I'm probably going to go to Home Depot. I gotta go to Home Depot. I'll probably go to the gym. I'll probably soak the grains. I'll probably prep for the mushroom consult. And then probably make the liquid culture. Because I think these things are showing up like Thursday or Friday. So I was kind of going to try and wait, but I think now I'm just going to make some anyways. So, okay, that's what I got for today. And I'm trying to figure out how to get this thing to actually work. So I started turning it off, and now I'm going to turn it on and wait for it to kind of like link up to this thing again. And then we're going to see. All right, so hopefully this works. Happy Monday. Another day in the world. Pretty great. I know. If you're in the stock market, it's probably not that great, but nature's coming back. Spring. It's little things. I think things to be grateful for. I'm grateful to be alive. Grateful for my beautiful girlfriend, grateful for my cute Australian Shepherd, Owsley. I'm grateful to be able to do this, and I'm grateful to be in nature. So, everything else, I don't know, just is. Okay, alright, cool. Alright, have a good day. See ya.